Time now for your forewarned weather.
Let's switch gears now to our weather. Seth, you said it. It's kind of like a broken record. Dry, hot, but it's really not helping these conditions out there for the firefighters working on the various wildfires we have in the Beehive State.
No, not at all. I mean, luckily, the winds have died down a little bit, and the temperatures took a small step back, so it's not as bad as what we saw, but we definitely still have fires out there that we're battling. And we're going to show you where the smoke's going in just a sec, but first, I want to start you guys off with this picture. Scott Taylor sent this one in. This is from Magna, overlooking the Great Salt Lake. A gorgeous sunset. That is the only good thing about smoke in our skies, is it makes for a really red sunset. Apart from that, it's bad news. Temperatures right now are still warm. It's a fairly warm night overall. We got 70s and 80s across the state, 81 degrees here in Salt Lake City. We have 70s on the Wasatch Front and up into Cache Valley, 70s down I-15 in central Utah, a couple 80s on the eastern side of the state, and St. George is still at a toasty 91 degrees. Temperatures tonight eventually drop into the 50s for most of the state. 67 degrees is the low here in Salt Lake City, just a degree warmer in St. George. St. George temperatures dropping fairly fast. And then we got a couple of 40s in some of our chillier spots like Nevada and Wyoming. Satellite radar shows that we are quiet, not only in the Beehive State, but across the Great Basin region, most of the western United States actually. And that's thanks to this high pressure system here. That's been bringing us the dry, hot weather. And it's also acting as a storm block, which means that this system that you're seeing off the Pacific Northwest is actually going to stay to the north of us. But as it does move through Idaho and Montana, we will see an increase in winds. So tomorrow and into Saturday, it'll be a little bit breezy, which could escalate the fire conditions. We could see an elevated threat. Our drought monitor shows it is dry. Today is Thursday, which means our drought monitor has been updated. 100% of the state is dry. 91% of the state is in a moderate drought, and 43% is in severe. Now, I know these don't add up to 100. Just keep in mind, in order to be in severe, you have to be in a moderate drought. So, unfortunately, it's looking like it's probably going to get worse. Take a look at this time lapse. This is from our Black Desert Resort. You could see the smoke really billowing from the Forsyth fire just down there in Washington County, pumping it way up into the atmosphere, and the winds catching it, bringing it all the way up here to the north. This is our look outside the ABC4 studio. This is our colonial flag, and you can actually tell that there's a little bit of haze here in the Salt Lake Valley as well. We got that little bit of a breeze, and it's going to continue through the night. Our future smoke model shows you exactly what's going on. This is what we're looking at right now and into the next couple of hours. Places like Castle Country, the Wasatch Back, parts of the Wasatch Front, looking at some lighter smoke. But down in southwest Utah, that's where we're seeing the thicker plumes of smoke. They start to die down, or the winds will start to die down, and the smoke will kind of just meander and taper on off through the night, but then it starts to pick back up in the afternoon, and we start to see that smoke again, especially towards Iron County. The Forsyth fire really pumping in smoke through Iron County. Places like Garfield County, Kane County are going to be seeing the thickest plumes of smoke, but again, we could have periods of haze and smoke across the state. So we have this hot weather in place, and then we get the breezy conditions as this low pressure system skims us to the north, and then it gets even hotter as high pressure continues to build very hot to kick off the work week. But this high pressure ridge, it starts to flatten, and that could open up the door for a little bit of monsoonal moisture flowing through the state. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to see big storms. The models are still crunching the numbers. It doesn't look like it's going to be too impactful, but we'll take anything we can get. Regional forecast shows tomorrow we're going to be similar to where we were today, with temperatures in the 90s for most of us, 100 degrees in St. George, and the triple digits, they're not going anywhere just yet. 103 to start the weekend, 105 to close it, 107 degrees on Monday. You do have partly cloudy skies, so it'll give you a little bit of shade, but it's still going to be super hot. The Wasatch Front also on the trend, reaching the 90s or staying in the 90s, possibly reaching the hundreds by Monday. The forecast is calling for 99, but we can't rule it out. It's hot and it's dry. That's the moral of the story.
I am hot, but not dry.